Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you'll ever look at these.
Your final bros are here. It's Brian Hopper LaGrasta and Shane, you old Mick Smith. Yes, it's the last week of sequel September. Yes, yeah, boy, yeah. We're here! The Devil's Rejects, the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses. Everyone's favorite Rob Zombie movie, besides maybe the Halloweens. I don't know.
This is the third Rob Zombie movie we've now reviewed, and it may be three too many in our opinion. We've always said it. We're in the minority of the horror community. We don't think Rob Zombie's that good.
I'm kind of over it. I think I've seen enough, and I've seen most of them.
No, because we're definitely at some point doing Lords of Salem.
We also got to do 3 from Hell, which is the sequel to this, maybe next year.
I've actually never seen that one.
I know that Richard Brake's in that.
Okay,
So.
I like him.
I mean, you know,
He was the only good part of 31.
You have the Rob Zombie faithful, and he's in it.
There.
He's in that crew.
He is in it. This movie is not as good as I remember it.
Yeah, it's just like one of those movies where like you remember it being special, then you go back and you rewatch it and you're like, yeah, I don't think it was that great.
Yeah.
I don't see it. And everyone's just like, oh my God, this is the best horror movie to be in the 2000s. And like,
And then you rewatch it and you're
rewatch-
like, it's got redeeming qualities.
it's got Sid Haig in it.
He's great.
Yeah, of course he's great.
Actually, if there is one thing I would give this movie, Sid Haig and Bill Moseley are menacing and incredible. When Bill Moseley gets like that close up in the desert where he's like, he basically says he's the devil.
Yeah, I'm the devil and I'm here to do the devil's bidding.
Is literally incredible. Mm-hmm. It is such a good scene, and it makes me feel like Rob Zombie has some talent somewhere.
It's a sadistic scene for sure. He has his moments where like he creates a very menacing character.
Yeah.
But then he creates other characters that are fucking weird. Like the chicken fucker guy.
Like, why does that scene exist?
Why is it even in the... Why do they even get the chickens?
You know, I don't know. They're never... I actually don't... Wait.
The plot device for that is just so we could run into the cop afterward. No?
Wait. Yeah, it is what it is. Because they do run into the cop directly after. So that's literally all it's for. Did that upset you? I saw your...
Well, because for me, this movie, I struggle to really like understand the point of it.
Well, so that's my issue and why I haven't watched 3 from Hell yet. Because at the end of this movie, I'm struggling to see why 3 from Hell exists.
Yeah. I struggle to realize how it could possibly exist, actually.
I haven't seen 3 from Hell, so maybe it's a prequel? Or it is a direct sequel, right? It's supposed to be?
I think it's missing one of the 3. I think it's missing Sid Haig, because I think he's dead. Or no.
No, I thought he was...
No, he might be in it.
Yeah.
He's dead, though, right?
Yeah, he is. So is Bill Moseley.
Bill Moseley died, too?
I think they both died.
Oh, shit. I knew Sid Haig died recently, but I think you're right. I think he did film that. It is missing one of them, though. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have all 3. Is it Bill that they're missing?
I'm going to look it up because I'm actually not sure. But I assumed it was called 3 from Hell because there's the 3 of them.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Let's find out. 3 from Hell. This is us just looking things up on here. After barely surviving prison, the demented Firefly clan go on the run, unleashing a whole new... Who's in it? Sherry Moon, Bill Moseley, Sid Haig. No, they're all in it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Top listed. Like you said, Richard Brake's in it. So that's interesting. Let me just make sure I ain't act. Oh no, Bill Moseley's alive.
Can you go?
For some reason, I thought he had passed.
Can you
away,
go back? I know you're looking at this right now.
No, I can go back.
Whenever you're done, can you go back and look at the poster for the movie?
3 from Hell? Yeah, of course. It is.
Is it them 3?
No, it's not. It's Richard Brake is the 3rd one on the poster, or at least on the IMDb poster.
That's why something struck me where I thought
maybe Sid Haig's not in it.
He's like a flashback or something.
Maybe because he is credited. He's the 3rd credit. But this movie came out in
2019.
Is that the year Sid Haig passed away?
It's got to be around that time. He might have passed out maybe
2019. He passed away that year. So maybe he was filming it. Regardless, Sid Haig
he's awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. So like,
horror icon.
Everyone, Captain Spaulding and Otis Driftwood are both icons in this movie. Like, I know a lot of people argue that they were some of the best characters in horror history, which is says a lot. I mean, I think they're both pretty good.
Yes.
They definitely overshadow the movie. I think the best character for me in this movie is actually William Forsythe's character, who plays the sadistic officer, Sheriff Wydell.
He's freaking incredible.
He's so good. I like this idea of like a cop that like, we've always seen cops like over renegade.
Yeah.
Like they will take the law into their own hands. This guy not only taking the law into his own hands, he's fucking killing people.
Yes. I almost like feel like it's justified at times.
Well, it's definitely justified.
And that's why I don't like what this movie does. And it's what made me sour on this movie is that they try to make it that you're supposed to sympathize with the psychotic murderers. And as a rational person, I can't do that.
Yeah. Either that or like maybe Rob Zombie wanted to put the viewer in like this place of like, who do I cheer for? The sadistic police officer who is fucking crazy.
He is nuts.
He's like, it's like revenge or bust. He doesn't even want to kill them. He wants to keep them alive and torture and kill them.
Yes. And if the cop was doing that to people who weren't innocent, or like maybe a guy who was jaywalking, I would feel a little worse than literally this family that they're still digging up the bodies at the crime scene.
They counted 75. So like they try to do this Texas Chainsaw thing in the beginning of the movie where they talk about like how there were 75 murders and there's going to be like a police raid on their compound. Are they in Texas?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
if we're going to get this deep, should we jump into the spooky pit first?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's spooky pit time, boys and girls. Strap in.
The Devil's Rejects was released in 2005. Bet you didn't know that. You might have. The Fireflies are on the lam and must avoid Sheriff Wydell, who wants nothing more than to bleed them dry. It's directed by Rob Zombie. Yeah, Madurango, number 95. Take me to the home, kick boots and ultra love.
Slamming Dracula.
Oh, stars the likes of Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding, Sherry Moon Zombie as Baby, Bill Moseley as Otis, William Forsythe as Sheriff Wydell, you old Mick. Talking to you, Shane.
If there's one thing I hate more than seeing Naomi Watts naked and seeing Sherry Moon Zombie's ass. I'm tired of it. It's a good ass, but I'm tired of seeing it.
Nothing wrong with the ass at all. But just like, why in every movie that Rob Zombie directs, he has to make sure that the whole world sees his wife's ass.
It's so annoying.
Unless she has some kind of weird, like, I need to expose my ass fetish. Like, why is her ass always on camera?
It's a good ass. There's nothing
No, she's
wrong
a pretty
with it.
girl.
It's just like, sometimes you're sick of seeing it. It's like back in the day, I'm like, how many times can I see Kate Winslet naked?
Yeah, and I can't. I don't want to see naked women. That's not the case. The case is just like, why? Why?
I don't know. Why? That's the question I've been asking this entire time. So crime scene photos. We're opening up with those. And they're going to, like you said, raid the Firefly Funhouse. Shout out Bray Wyatt. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But yeah, they are called the Firefly Clan, right? Yes.
That's their name.
Yeah, so that's why it's the Firefly house or whatever. It's the house of 1,000 corpses. They're going there. So there's missing characters I noticed from the last movie. And I'm curious if I missed them, say what happened to them. The old man who does the stand-up comedy act.
Yep.
He's not in it. Is he referenced at all?
No.
Okay, so they just drop him. Dr. Satan.
Oh, Satan, yeah.
Just never mentioned again. But the mom, who was recast, by the way. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yes, she was.
Then, obviously, Baby and Otis. And then the tow truck driver is the guy who gets gunned down and killed in the metal suit.
Yep, he's in the metal suit. And you have Tiny, who's like one of the first ones you see.
He's just in the woods, though, so he's not even here for the shootout.
No, but he sees the cop cars coming.
Yes, so he stays away.
Yeah.
And this shootout's pretty epic. They're just in, like, pots and pans armor. You need like maybe 16, 17,000 more of those. Yeah, just don't overdo it. Freeze the system.
Yeah, dude. So it's just like the kind of armor you pick up when you're like foraging for scraps in Fallout and or Borderlands.
Yes.
They're put it together so basically they could take a couple of shots. The truck driver is just gonna get shot through it.
He's mowed down with shotguns and assault rifles.
Yeah.
No pots and pans are stopping all those bullets.
And Mama Firefly
she gets captured.
But she's like beside herself. And Bill Moseley, Otis Driftwood is gonna take Baby.
Yeah. And they escape. Can we talk about Mama Firefly's acting at times?
Oh, it's just
you ain't never gonna capture my boys. And the tongue action.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna start making out with the police officer at one point. Yeah. When he was interrogating her, it was getting very sexual.
Her tongue is just like
it's just everywhere.
Did you see Star Wars where like Anakin or whoever, Princess Leia, starts strangling Jabba the Hutt and his tongue is just going haywire? That's what her tongue is.
It's everywhere.
And she's like licking her lips. He's like fucking choking her out.
Carrie Fisher.
It's the Princess Leia. But that was sick. The whole thing was sick.
It was wild. She's wild.
She really
what a recast.
Did you like her more though than the original?
I don't know. The original was pretty good.
I actually prefer the original.
Yeah, the original.
I definitely prefer the original.
She's a little bit more subtle, creepy. I don't know.
Yes, then that's why I think I liked her. I like the subtlety, whereas you ain't. She's like fucking spinning in chairs and like, oh, what the fuck am I watching?
She's a fucking changeling.
Oh,
she's like, I don't know. She's wild.
So Otis and Baby are going to get to a payphone and they're going to call Spaulding and be like, and Spaulding is just got a big woman.
Big woman.
And Spaulding's like, fuck you. I got to go get my daughter. Which I didn't know that was his daughter.
They never referenced it until this movie.
It blew my mind. Does that mean Otis is his son? Or I couldn't figure it out.
I don't know the
because I actually thought Otis and Baby were brother and sister.
There are probably so many different dads in here. They all come from Mama Firefly, but there's probably so many different dads. But yeah,
are you my dad?
So like, it's weird because you open up and Captain Spaulding is just like railing he's calling her a whore and she doesn't like that, but she's definitely a whore.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the woman that we just mentioned, and they have a weird relationship, but it's a thing. Do you think there's streaks in Captain Spaulding's underwear?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Rob Zombie does a great job of making people look gross and grimy and disgusting.
Almost just as good, not as good, but almost as good as Harmony Korine. Because you can't live in filth worse than Gummo.
Yeah. Harmony Korine, God, he is a genius.
Do you love how they tried to go down one of the Marx Brothers routes in this movie and then they immediately dropped that?
Wait, what?
With the Groucho Marx thing?
Oh my God. Dude, I forgot about that scene.
They went, like how like William Forsythe, like Sheriff Wydell's like looking up like fucking Marx movies and he brings in that Hollywood guy.
It's so, that whole...
The guy's literally a nut job.
Dude, so many scenes in this movie are so pointless and just...
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just feels like he just like pulls stuff out of his ass.
Yeah, it's just so, it's disjointed.
Like, let's bring on that Hollywood type.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, did you ever see this film? Oh, they don't make them like the oldies. Yeah. He's like, this guy played with Jodie Foster in that movie.
The best part of that scene, though, is when he says something negative about Elvis, and Sheriff Wydell's like, you don't fucking disrespect the king, you hear me? I will fucking cut you.
Is this just some vaudeville guy that was talking about shit, like how great shit was even before Elvis, and he talked about the king. He's like, how fucking dare you talk about the king like that?
This is why Wydell's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And duly so, because you don't talk about the king like that.
No, Elvis fucking GOAT. He best Christmas album of all time.
I shook Johnny Cash's hand.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Elvis did?
No, he didn't.
Oh, the guy says it in the movie.
There we go.
He fucking threw me off. There's little lines like that. Sometimes I miss them, because I'm too busy being like analyzing why Rob Zombie is still directing movies to this day. He just did The Munsters. That didn't do well.
I won't watch that.
No, I have no interest in that.
I'm not watching that.
I actually do think the next movie we do of his on the podcast is going to be Lords of Salem.
Yeah, that or Three from Hell. It's gonna be one or the other.
I'm
right?
gonna try to get Lords of
Try to
Salem
sneak Lords in there?
in there, maybe in the June-ish
That's
time of next year.
That's a tough set. I actually think Charlie's in that movie too.
Yeah,
I think so.
we're getting it in. I'm just gonna take a quick sip here.
Yeah, sip up. Sip up.
Okay.
We got some stuff to talk
Yeah,
about.
because now Baby and Otis are going to be on their own for a little bit as Spalding is trying to catch up. And by on their own, they're going to go through the most pointless half hour of this movie as well.
Yep.
Where they're going to get this roadie band and keep them hostage in the hotel. And it's like two couples, an older couple and a younger couple, and they have a roadie. And the roadie is just there to get blasted in the head.
Yeah, he just gets blasted. Literally, he gets pulled into the hotel by Sherry Moon and then just gets shot in the head, like almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
But how they get in there is because Baby is just like doing her flirting thing, where she's just like very, very upfront about banging this guy.
It's wild, too, because that guy's wife is like 6 feet away from him.
Yeah. Well, apparently her tits were going every which way at the rodeo, so they made that joke about 1,400 times.
And we do get to see her tits.
Well, you don't see them, but...
Yeah, when he puts the gun in, her little nip
Oh,
pops
you're right,
out.
you're right. That's true.
Didn't need to see it.
Yeah, because Bill Moseley just tries to get it on with this girl in front of the husband.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
this is the point of this. They're trying to, I guess, bring that like torturous feel you get from the first movie when they were at the house.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah.
It's like almost like the Antique Road Show.
Yes.
But it's the Firefly Road
Yeah.
Show.
It works better in the house setting.
Yeah.
Because this, I get they're crazy. I get they torture people. But it just seems like if they're running from the police...
You wouldn't be doing this.
Yes.
It just feels
Because
forced.
Yes.
They would kill these people
And move on.
Yes.
Because... Yes, they're crazy and all this stuff, but they do have, like, they literally have plans. Like, they always had, like, we meet at this hotel, we do this. They're not stupid. Like,
they literally are at that hotel. There's so much stupid, unnecessary nudity in this because they pull that girl out of the shower, the guy's wife. But then remember, Bill Moseley takes two of the guys, the younger couple guy,
yeah,
and then the older couple guy.
yeah.
So to the
Brings them out into the desert.
Brings them out into the desert for sure. And he basically says that they are trying to dig up his old weapons, his old guns.
Which they do. Right?
They do.
They do. Which also, though, like, he didn't need people for that.
Yeah, and I think the younger one tries to make a move.
Yeah, they do. He tries to fight him off.
They try.
They sucked, though.
They're bad.
Because they had the upper hand.
And they blew it.
And they blew it.
Imagine having it all. Having everything you've ever wanted. Literally. Utopia and Shangri-La at your fingertips. And you just blow it.
It's embarrassing.
You just had it and you fucking let it slip right through your greasy... guitar picking fingers.
Yeah, the calluses. You think the calluses they could have gripped better?
You think they would be able to with those callous guitar picking fingers?
Instead, they can't.
He shook Johnny Cash's hand, and he couldn't hold on to everything he needed to kill Bill Moseley.
It's such a shame. So basically, he's going to then do his like, I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work. And he's going to beat the old man with a stick repeatedly. A lot of stick beatings.
It's brutal.
It is. And then the other guy, he's already stabbed him in the throat. So now he's going to go to him and cut his face off.
Yeah, he cuts his face off. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, because we're actually going to cut back to Baby and see what's going on with the whole Baby thing. And the two women are sitting there. And then one girl's going to ask to go to the bathroom.
Well, they got to slap each other. They play the little slapping
forgot
game.
about slap game. What is this? Bodies?
She's like, I want you to slap her. not good enough as hard as you can. And she gets a couple good slaps in.
She does. And that's when she has to go to the bathroom, right?
Well, someone's got to go.
Yeah. And then the older woman is going to get the upper hand because the other girl's going to try to yell and escape. So the other woman grabs the gun from Baby. And instead of just insta-firing like any normal person would, she stands there so Baby's able to fucking chuck a knife into her heart.
That knife goes in at that range. Like she must have threw that knife with underhand velocity of no other because the whole knife is like pretty much penetrated.
Oh, she's the Randy Johnson of knife throwing.
Yeah.
Like,
did you see the underhand throw? Remember when we went to the hatchet toss and they did that underhand hatchet toss? Imagine how good she'd be at that.
I know.
There's two things that she'd be good at. The underhand throw, but more than anything else, just revealing her ass cheeks.
Yes. Great ass cheeks, but I'm tired of seeing them. You think Rob Zombie's just like, literally, I don't want to see them anymore, just show the camera.
I will bet the house that Sherry Moon Zombie will show her ass in her next movie.
Yeah.
I'm betting it all.
Whatever the bet is, I'm taking it. So then Otis is going to show back up. He's going to be like, the fuck's going on? They're going to then take the other girl who's left, because Sid Haig's also going to show up. So they're all together now. And they're going to put her husband's face on her and hang her up over the door frame. This is so fucking stupid, this next part. When the woman from the cleaning maid shows up and she finds her.
Oh, and she just...
And instead of the girl, I know she's traumatized. Are you really just going to sprint and like...
She just sprints out wearing her fucking boy's face.
Like, wouldn't you just stop and... I don't know.
Potentially survive?
Yeah. Like, why do you just run into the middle of the road in front of a tractor trailer? Like, would you... Like, all right, look. It's a traumatizing situation. Your whole family's been murdered. You have your husband's face on your face. But I still feel like at that point, with them gone, I would want to survive.
Just like, imagine you were wearing your gay husband's face.
Right.
And then you just like, what do you do?
I don't run in the middle of the road. At least I don't think I do.
Do you lick the face?
No. Oh, fucking
because like,
gross.
yeah, that's on your face. Like, how could you breathe? You got to like...
Yeah, no, I mean, you're breathing in face.
You're going to lick that face at some point.
Yeah, you're going to...
Involuntarily, but you're going to do it.
The face is getting licked. Oh. But I'm still not running into the road. Like, what do you think you would do?
I would ask help from the housekeeper that...
Right, you wouldn't just jump on her like a savage and then run into the road?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. It actually, like... upset me watching it, and I'm more upset about it talking about it. It's so stupid. Anyway, she's cooked. Sheriff Wydell is going to show up, and this is when he's like, okay, we got to get these guys. How are we going to get these guys? I know. I'm going to hire Danny Trejo and Diamond Dallas Page.
DP, who else? These two knuckleheads. But he needs to get intel on what their next moves are, and they actually pretty much find out where they're going.
Yeah, well, because this is when the whole Groucho Marx things happen. They get the list. They do their reconnaissance. They find out that they're going to the whorehouse run by Charlie. Like, they find out Spaulding and Charlie were, like, drug dealers or something like that. And that's, like, how they known each other. And, like...
Apparently they're brothers.
Yeah. I don't fucking know.
This is a lot of different dads, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of different semen going into women.
Yeah, dude. This whorehouse is disgusting.
This place is filthy. He got like, and I know the one girl is in 31.
Yeah.
And that's his number one girl. And then the other one's his number two girl. And that's the whorehouse.
It's just those two girls.
There's no other girls. This is number one. This is number two. Thing one and thing two. This is sex head and doom head.
It's so bad. I actually might give this a lower rating than I originally was going to give it. I can't, dude, it's sick because we have defended this movie on this podcast. We're always like, yo, Rob Zombie sucks. Devil's Rejects is a good movie. And now that we're talking about it.
We said that kind of for a while.
Now that we're actually talking about it, we've actually done nothing but rip on this movie.
Well, because this is the one movie he has that for some reason isn't just it is there's stupid shit in it that we're pulling out of the movie. Yes. But like all of his other movies are just so pointless.
Yeah.
Like true, like this is kind of pointless too, but that other ones are just like truly pointless. House of a Thousand Corpses is just to fuck with people that go in there. There's no point to the movie.
It didn't help that Chris Hardwick was the worst thing.
Chris Hardwick is horrible. Holy shit. So I forgot he was actually in there. Thanks for putting the idea of Chris Hardwick back into my mind. 'Cause I really do like
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, Rainn Wilson.
He's great in that movie. And I thought the two girls were good in that movie.
Yes.
Chris Hardwick, though, and I remember us saying it on the... He is so bad in
He's
that
horrible.
movie.
I do like the guy that cracks jokes.
Oh, the guy who does the stand-up? It's fucking sick.
This movie, though, wow, it's they pulled some weird shit out of there. But like I said, it's got a couple of redeemable characters because there's some good, strong performances.
Yeah. I actually like DDP and Danny Trejo as these dudes.
I like them, too. And I feel like I feel like if one wasn't a movie star and the other one wasn't a wrestling guy, this is what these guys would be doing. They'd be riding Harleys and they'd be doing this.
You know what's sick? If Sheriff Wydell didn't want revenge and just want them dead, they actually, DDP and Danny Trejo, would have ended the whole movie.
Yeah, you're 100% right. This movie could have ended, like, William Forsythe has these guys. He has them. They're dead. They're dead to rights.
Yeah. Well, all right, yeah, so anyway, should we talk about the chicken fucking scene first, just so we give context to, like, actually why this happens?
Do they go to the titty twister yet or no?
Yeah, so after the hotel, yeah, they go to the titty twist. The titty twister. They go to the titty twister. And they meet up with Charlie. They're all friends. They're doing coke. It's all great.
A lot of cocaine.
And they have like Sid Haig and like Charlie say, it's like something about fucking on a sun farm. I don't even know what they say. But anyway, they're all great. Charlie leaves to go buy 2 chickens. This is Brian's favorite scene in the movie.
This is I guarantee you, if you're going to a Rob Zombie fan, they're probably like, this scene is fucking goated. This is the one.
This is the pinnacle of cinema.
This is the one. Do you remember that scene in John Waters' Pink Flamingos where they just start fucking killing chickens and raping bitches? That times 20 here.
Is it House of a Thousand where they go buy alcohol and it's a pointless scene?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Oh, God. There's one movie where they go to this place and they go to buy alcohol. I think it's Sherry Moon Zombie. And she's like, they're just talking about fucking or something.
I think it's House. No, I know what you're talking about.
We're going to get fucked up. You want to get fucked up?
Where she literally just goes on her trip to buy the alcohol?
Yeah, it is a House of a Thousand.
Yeah.
That scene is this scene in Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, so they go to buy just some live chickens.
Yeah.
And this guy's trying to do a sell job. And after like the transaction's about to be complete, the guy's just randomly like, you guys fucking those chickens? And then Charlie just like, what you mean fucking chickens?
Charlie, I'll give.
He's awesome.
Charlie is fucking fantastic. That's the thing. There's so many good characters spread out in a bad movie.
Yeah, it's true. If these characters are not good, this is another House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
This is literally another Lords of Salem.
Yes. I like his sidekick, the guy from the original Hills Have Eyes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the Michael Berryman, I think his name is. Yeah. He's always good.
He's like so funny when it's like, boss, he said I'm fucking these chickens.
He's like, come on, get the chickens, Cleavon.
It's so good. But it's so stupid at the same time.
The banter is good because the characters are good.
Yes.
But the situations are dumb.
Because it doesn't make sense. Why is it there? But it's there because it leads into Sheriff Wydell showing up and being like,
I should have known you guys were getting chickens.
Yeah. Basically saying like, if you don't sell out your boys, I'm going to fuck your day up.
Yeah.
So DDP and Danny Trejo sneak in that night. They kill both mouth whores. And
you see Sherry Moon Zombie's ass and we call it a day.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. So I thought, like, when I was, like, watching this, I was like, man, DDP and Danny Trejo, they're built up. They're probably going to be terrible and just fuck everything up. No, they kill both people and instantly capture all 3.
It's true.
Capture them so much that DDP's actually tossing Otis out of a window.
Yeah. It's true. He's just like...
And there you go. They've now been captured, and they're tied up in chairs by Sheriff Wydell. And before we talk about this, I don't know why it just dawned on me, but another scene, it's a stupid scene, but I want to discuss it with you. Tutti fucking Fruity.
Tutti fucking Fruity.
What is your opinion of the ice cream Tutti fucking Fruity scene?
Where they're in the car and they just need to get ice cream.
Yeah.
Like Sherry Moonzabi has talked Sid Haig into wanting ice cream. And Bill Moseley's like, can we just not like fucking get ice cream right now and just keep driving? They're like, I want Tutti Fruity. Tutti fucking Fruity. They need to get the ice cream.
And I think, so this is why, because the point is, I think Rob Zombie's trying to make them
Humanize them?
And like, I don't get why though. There's nothing wrong with us not liking them. We're not supposed to sympathize with serial murderers. Like, I don't need to see. I don't need an ice cream scene. I don't want to be on their side. I'm on the psycho sheriff side.
100%. Like, you could not tell me any. Number one, the idea of a cop killer like that is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, yeah, like I don't know if you like. Does his like grotesque skanky fans think that like
you idolize Otis?
We're gonna idolize 3 serial killers?
It's
Maybe, but not me.
Yeah, like no, like they can eat all the Tutti fucking Fruity they want. I ain't gonna side with them. Look, I ain't siding with the psycho cop in most situations, but in this one, I kind of get it.
Yeah, I kind of get it because it's not only like. It's the revenge is pushed.
Exactly.
It's pushed.
It's the revenge. Exactly. And it's not like these 3 don't have redeeming qualities. Like literally, like Spaulding literally hits a mom in the head with a gun and threatens to kill a young boy because he doesn't like clowns when he first steals a car.
That is very, very true. I'm actually surprised he let the kid live.
Exactly. And it's like, but
he threatened to kill him.
Exactly. That's not like there's no redeeming quality there.
No, these are 3 soulless people. The whole family is just a soulless clan of Fireflies.
And the one thing, that's why I kind of like the psycho sheriff, because it's almost showing how like they could turn people into this soulless being.
You have to be like this is what they turn a cop into. Like this is what they turn a good man into. And, Forsythe fucking crushes this role though. He's so good.
He really, really is.
I really enjoyed him. He just bit off a little bit more than he could chew.
Yeah, so they're tied up in the chairs. He's stapling victims to them, and like, this whole.
He shows the whole. He shows the brother.
From this moment on, the movie is excellent.
Yeah, he shows the brother.
Yeah.
They don't care. Obviously, they probably don't even remember him.
Nope.
That they killed him like they killed so many other people. You know, it's fucking. There, you have like a whole Gacy situation. They're ripping out bodies from different parts of their house.
Yep.
But yeah, so like you said, he's just stapling them, and then I'm trying to think of the next thing that happens.
He nails like their hands into the chair. Nails Otis's
hands get nailed through the chair. So he ain't going anywhere right now.
He also does mention to Baby, all of them, but specifically Baby, that he killed her mother in the jail.
Oh, we didn't even mention that.
Yeah, I figured we would jump to it because he does mention it here. Because in the jail, like we mentioned all the tongue movements and all that, he fucking stabs her and like carves her up.
And just imagine he had to dodge all of her tongue movements to be able to stab her in the heart.
I think she was still trying to tongue him.
Yeah, of course. Her tongue was literally everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, he tells Baby this, and she's like, "No, you would never." He's like, "Oh, I fucking killed her."
He's like, "Not only that, I'm gonna let you go."
Yeah,
he does let her go.
I actually love this scene too, because when he's like, "Run, rabbit," because that's what they did in the first one. I like the, you know, that's what I said. Rob Zombie, there's good there. It's just there's just trash thrown on top of it.
I like to think that it's more of trash. Like he starts off with the base of trash because that's his style. He's just a trashy director, and then like there's elements. There's like golden nuggets
of good
in the trash.
Yes. So he starts chasing her down. He's like stalking her. He fucking shoots her in the calf.
Yeah. Oof.
He's like, "Oh, I heard that bone break."
Yeah. Sinister.
He starts fucking strangling her. And then Tiny shows up. Yeah. And I actually like this. Like I actually like that like Tiny shows up and stops him and kills him. Like, I didn't mind that.
He literally just snaps his neck.
Yeah. Because it makes sense that Tiny's kind of been trailing them to try and to catch up, and like he saves her. This is kind of strange though.
Well, he probably didn't go anywhere. Because aren't they back at the compound?
No, they're at the whorehouse. Oh no, you're right.
They go back to the house.
They go
back to the house.
You're right.
So, which means that when they're on the land, they really don't go anywhere.
Yeah, you're actually right. So this does all make sense, but this next part, and I get that the actor passed away that played this. This is the guy from Big Fish.
Matthew.
I can't think of his last name.
McGorry, I think.
Yeah, I think that is it. He saves them. They're all fucked up, right? Like, Otis is doing the best, but like Baby's fucked up, Spaulding's fucked up, and he gets them in the car. And then Otis is like, "We'll come back for you." But he walks into the burning house that then explodes.
Yeah.
So he died. Right? Was Otis just like saying, in another life, we'll come back for you? Or like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I couldn't explain.
Cool. Yeah.
But I kind of get like Tiny's story was over there. So that's a decent way to kill him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess, he made his heroic move. Mm-hmm. Tiny's like their protector. I guess maybe it was his way of just like that putting him out of misery.
Yeah, it's something like, because like I guess Tiny's not built for living life on the road.
Definitely not.
So that's why it kind of does make sense. So Spaulding, Otis, Baby in the car, cruising, listening to Freebird, sun's out. I will also give Rob Zombie this credit, and it obviously makes sense because he's a fucking musician. His soundtrack in this movie is top notch.
Sounds good. Like the tense scenes, you just have that like constant like droning sound and like that,
and then like
some of those high pitched, like high pitched intense music.
Yes, and then all the like the just the driving scenes. The music is all like your like classic rock and things like
Southern
that.
rock.
Yeah, and it fits really well with the theme.
Yeah, like that good old fashioned Confederate shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised Kid Rock didn't have a song in this, but Freebird's playing. This whole scene is so well done. Again, like I said, like they're even showing flashes of them happy and like
you can just see them driving and they stop. And then you're like, the way that the camera work is really good because it just pans on them and they're just all a bloody mess.
Yeah.
And then like just the slow focus out the barrage of cops that they ran into.
It's so well done. It is well done, and it's why it kind of like it saves the movie like from some of the crap because I love like how he slowly starts giving them the shotgun, giving them the gun, and they fucking like Spaulding's battered, just holding the shotgun up to his chest.
So how do they get out of this?
They don't. Apparently they do, but they don't because they just hightail it straight for the cops, and in slow motion, when like Freebird's like
the guitar solo, they're just getting lit up.
But that's the thing. You see them getting pelted by bullets.
All of them, all three of them. Oh, Sid Haig. Probably the most. He looks like he just goes through it.
Yes, but even Otis starts doing the fucking death shake in the front seat.
Sherry takes him. Yeah, they all take him.
Yeah, and then like it cuts to black, and you just hear the gunshots, and then the movie ends, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is one of my favorite endings to a movie I've ever seen." It's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde like ending, and then 4 years ago, he made 3 from Hell.
And then they're all
alive.
To my understanding, at least 2 of them.
2 of them are definitely alive, being Baby and Otis. And I'm like, how? And that's why I haven't watched 3 from Hell yet.
Maybe the whole thing's just a dream.
Because I don't want him to retcon it out.
That would be... that would be like an American Psycho type shit.
Yes. And like, why would you taint such a good ending?
Yeah.
But we're not reviewing that, right? Yeah, we will eventually. We promise. All right. So Devil's Rejects. Like I said, I originally went to my IMDb page and saw I had this at a 9.
That's high.
To be fair, I saw this movie probably like a year or 2 after it came out. I was like 15 years old, and I fucking loved it. I'm like, oh, it's edgy. It's awesome. Now watching it as an adult, I think I could safely say I'm giving this movie a 6.
Yeah.
It has so much potential to be a 7 or an 8, but there is so much pointlessness and just useless scenes and just poor directorial decisions that actually take away from literally like 6 stellar acting performances.
It's true.
Between Baby, Otis, Spaulding, Charlie, and Wydell.
And like 2 good contract killers.
Yeah, in DDP, Danny Trejo and DDP. Like, all these good performances are actually just taken away from a script that's not that great, in my opinion.
It's not.
So, would I watch this again? Yes. I don't hate it by any means. I gave it a 6. But I just think there's a lot of more flaws in this movie than I thought.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to put it.
And you're absolutely right. And I really can't really add too much more because I would literally be repeating what you just said. I have the movie at a 6 as well. And yeah, it's just good characters in a sea of wild, nonsensical, almost John Waters-like type filmmaking.
Yeah.
And it's just like weird, gritty. Even the transitional stuff, it's just a weird, like, snapshot scroll off the screen. And I'm like, this is 2005, bro. What am I watching?
Yeah.
What is this? I get it. They're going for like that grimy Texas feel, but yeah, just the movie is just kind of like, it's what Rob Zombie does. He just makes a mess, but he just has good character. So this movie is a 6.
Yeah.
When it could have been like a fucking 4.
Yeah. And never try to replicate Texas, because Texas knew it couldn't replicate Texas. And that's why all the sequels are ass.
That's crazy, but you're right.
Like, that's why I went to a comedy route, because you can't capture what the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre did.
No.
It is literally the perfect horror movie.
It is. It'll never be touched. Like that
In terms
styles.
of, it's just so good. Yeah. So Necronomicon. Once again, plenty of kills. Obviously, we can't count any of the 3 at the end, because as far as we know now, they're all alive.
Well, in terms of this movie, not knowing there's a 3 from hell, I would say that they have all died.
Same. And if there wasn't 3 from hell, I 100%
We know
would have
that-
put in probably Otis, just because out of the 3, he was my favorite. But like, I know there's a sequel, so I'm actually going to put. I'm gonna put in.
I know who I'm going to go with.
Oh
It's
God,
a little different. Little different, Shaney.
who do you put it in?
I'm putting in Mama Firefly.
Yeah, that's actually who I was
Because
going.
Forsyth, that whole scene, that intense tongue action, and then just him just like in the midst of that tongue action, just gutting her
Yeah,
and watching that tongue just recede.
yeah, yeah. That's who I was gonna say.
Wither
because I
away.
felt like we had to put a family member in, so I'm with it. Madam Firefly or Mother Firefly?
Let's go Mama Firefly.
Yeah, Mama Firefly. We've watched a lot of movies. We're on review, I think, 178, maybe. I've never seen a tongue move like that. Of all the movies, and we've seen some tongue movies before. Your tongue, you almost stopped getting stabbed with your tongue. Like, she could have almost, I thought she was going to flick the knife away
I thought she was going to stab him.
with the tongue and kill him. Like, it's fantastic. So we had to put someone from the Firefly family in here. So I'm glad we put you. Actually, should we just put her tongue in instead?
Honorable mention, maybe.
Honorable mention to the tongue. We haven't done that in a while. So you're there. Bri, I'm sad.
It's over. We'll have to wait till next year for another sequel September.
No, we don't.
You're right.
You know why? Sequel October.
Yeah, we're doing some of the better sequels, baby.
Yeah.
Some of the classics.
Oh, yeah. So we decided we always do this, so we're going to continue. Next week, we will be doing Halloween 4.
You know us, we do a Halloween a year.
Yep. So we're doing Halloween 4, The Revenge of Michael Myers. But we are going to do a couple more big sequels that we've been wanting to do, and these are all the better movies.
Can promise you will absolutely love it.
Yes.
You will not be disappointed. We promise.
Yes, because truthfully, sequel September, not the strongest sequels.
About to say, if you couldn't give a shit about The Final Destination, which is the worst Final Destination movie,
Yep.
you couldn't give a shit about Gremlins 2, which is the worst Gremlins movie.
Yeah.
But it's still solid. That was a fun one, but get it. Like
Yeah.
it's
You couldn't,
it is what it is.
Couldn't give a shit about Sleepaway Camp 3.
Easily the worst Sleepaway Camp. Actually, probably not the worst Sleepaway
No,
Camp
because
movie.
there's more coming up. Devil's Rejects you probably gave a shit about.
Yeah.
The best movie we probably did of this. Actually, no. I kind of enjoyed Gremlins 2 more.
Yeah, Gremlins 2 was just really fun.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, it
this
was
is
a
a
really
really
fun movie.
But Halloween 4, a lot of people hate it. Do we? We're going to tell you next week. So with that said, we're the final podcast signing off, and we will see you next week in Danielle Harris's breakout role.
That's right, Danielle Harris.
She crushes it, showing kid actors can work out.
Young Jamie Lynn
Lloyd.
Jamie
Lloyd.
Lynn Spears.
Oh, I thought. Wait, you were going for the Jamie Lynn Spears?
Nope, I just...
Mix up the names.
Yep.
Fair happens.
Yep. You know where to find us? www.thefinalpodcast.com. Subscribe on YouTube. You know the drill. Please give us that 5-star on Apple Podcasts. Please give us that 5-star on Spotify as well. That would be so generous. We'd be so happy. We want to keep doing reviews. And we will, because we love it. But we'd be even happier if you can give us that 5-star. Also, feel so inclined to also follow on Instagram, Facebook, and X, The Final Podcast, or The Final Pod Ever on Twitter and Facebook. We'll see you next week.